All right, so we are starting quadratic functions here. Chapter 4. We're beginning with standard form. There's two ways to write quadratic functions. Standard form is the first we'll show you. So a quadratic is anything basically that's a y equals with an x squared in it and no higher powers. And its basic U shape is called a parabola, pronounced parabola. Can you say parabola? And it looks like that. So standard form is ax squared plus bx plus c. So some of the basics here are, there's the shape. Your axis of symmetry is the line over which you could fold it and it would line up with itself. All right, it's kind of like the mirror image line. And then the vertex is not exactly a point, but it's a point as in an xy pair. It's not a vertex like a corner, but it's the highest or lowest point on the graph. So if it's the highest point, we call it a maximum, and if it's the lowest point, we call it a minimum. So I'm sure you're dying to know, what do A, B, and C do? Well, I'm going to tell you a little bit about it, starting with A. A is tells us whether it opens up or down. So the multiplier of the x squared, if it's positive, so if A is greater than 0, it's positive, then it opens up. And if A is negative, as in it's less than 0, it opens down. And don't you worry, our pictures are going to get a little bit cleaned up by the time we're done with this video, and certainly by the time we're done with this chapter. So, where's the vertex? It's maximum at negative 3, 2, and the axis of symmetry always goes through the vertex. So it's a vertical line, which means it's an x equals equation, so it's x equals negative 3. Similarly here, the vertex is a minimum because it's the lowest point at 3, 1, and x equals 3 is the axis of symmetry. It's not actually part of our graph, but it's the imaginary line that goes through it.